So, just got the keys removed. Keys are definitely in need of some easing. I just wanted to show you guys just the key pins, or rail pins, or whatever you want to call them, really. It's just a case of getting the lubricant and just the capillary action actually of the nozzle. Just by touching it, the capillary action should draw out the fluid. But you just want to go over there, really, and you can see the actual liquid just drawing down. So that's pretty much the first thing I need to do, really. So, getting back to key easing again, as you can see there, first 4 keys, which I've done, no props. I've got a special tool actually for opening up the pin hole, the rail pin hole underneath the key, which is this here, which is the correct diameter to insert into the pin, the hole of all the key which the pin goes into. It's also a let-off tool as well, so it's quite a handy little tool. So they're nicely free, no wobble, which compared to mine, which is quite wobbly really, but I think that's certainly had a lot more use than this one. So we get to this key here, which although the pins are being lubricated, as you can see when I lift it up, it doesn't return. No return at all. So that's now rectified. So I'm going to carry on now. As you can see, I'm well on my way now to getting these put back in. As you can see, there's none of the keys are now sticking. Check this one. So as you can see, that needs no adjustment whatsoever. And that's okay. So that's half the keyboard done now. So I guess I'm going to have a quick cup of coffee and carry on. I had to do basically a complete strip out of the keyboard. So as you can see, it's down to the base now. And there we have the action. So I've just started. It's 9 PM. Doing some work, just pulling some of these out and lubricating them. So yeah, a bit of a tedious job, but should be well worth it. These are the whip assemblies I've lubricated so far, as you can see. So I'll just show you one-handed. What the procedure is. So if you just pull down slightly, that will come out. Your oiling points, or lubrication points rather, It's tricky this, because I'm either looking at the phone or looking at the actual whip assembly. So you've basically got pins there, and we've got a felt wrap around them. So when you put the oil on, it penetrates into the felt and lubricates the pin. Just flip it over. And sometimes put just a little bit of trouble around there as well. And then just a case of once again, it's pretty tricky just doing this with one hand, but just work these a few times just to let the lubricant get into the pins. Same with the mounting. Let's just work that a few times. And that's pretty much it. Just goes back in the situation. And that's pretty much it. So get something to watch while you're doing it, because it does take quite a long time. It's quite laborious. So yeah, that's it. So as you can see, just let me focus in on that. This is the very end key, so I can show you the actual problem. At the top of this is the fly here, this long section of wood, and it's got a kind of a plasticky type coating on top. Now that seems to have become quite rough, and that is what was causing the issue. And as you can see there on the underside of the hammer, you've got a felt in the catch area, and as that fly was going up, as the key is pushed down, that pushes the hammer up. That was rough when it was making contact with the felt, and that was causing an abrasive like action. So by rubbing graphite onto the top of the fly, that solved the issue for me. So it's just a case now, I'm actually not going to bother removing the whip assemblies again to do this. I'm just going to pull the hammers out individually and graphite that from the top, and then just realign the hammers individually. So yeah, there we are. So it's graphite, and basically this is going to provide a coating to the top of the fly, which alleviates the problem of sticking, well, not so much sticking, but the feeling of resistance when you press the keys. So all you need to do really is just coat the top of the fly with graphite, and in this particular case it solves the issue. So here we are. This is the final video I'll be doing for the Wurlitzer maintenance. Literally just got it finished, got everything put back together. I'm going to leave it running for a fair few hours just to make sure there's no issues with crackling. You tend to disturb things that's been in situ for years, and occasionally you can get issues with wiring getting disturbed and just dust and what have you. So I just want to make sure there's no crackling off the rebar, no crackling off the cables, no cables nipped when I've put the case back down. So, but yeah, so aside from that, it's finished. It was completely stripped out from top to bottom, as you'll see in previous video. It's had all of the action centre lubricated on each key, and also it's had the jacks on each key, graphite applied to, which fixed the problem with this particular piano. So the only trouble is now, of course, that piano's all nicely maintained and put back together, and my piano's left in bits all over the house. So my case is there, there's an amp down there, and the rest of it's in here, look. So yeah, I took mine apart just to it's got quite good dynamics, this now. Just want to make sure the camera phone's further back, because it distorted last time I attempted this. So so from top to bottom, so all the notes is there now, and dynamically it's quite good as well. So it distorts when you get it, when you really give it a whack, starts breaking up, which is good. It's what you want, really. Sustain pedal I adjusted because it was flapping around. It wasn't engaging until it was halfway down the strike. So it's basically just like a brake cable. You just need to adjust the cable so there's less of it to draw on as you press the pedal down, so it engages the damper assembly straight away, or certainly within a small amount of movement. So that's sorted, and like I said, the action itself is nice now. There's no more resistance to the keys. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. So yeah, it just remains to get it back to its owner now. So I hope he'll be really happy with it, and I can get all this stuff back together again. So anyway, I hope you found some of the videos informative. I know there's vintage vibe videos obviously on there, but I thought I'd give just get a few videos up there of somebody who isn't doing it as a business and is self-taught, and you can look after these things yourself if you really put the time in and learn them, and just use a bit of common sense and patience. It definitely needs patience, because these things are very very intricate. You really have to be careful, because there's so many parts in there which can be damaged. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the few videos I've done, and bye for now.